Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 157. I'm your Joe Dix, joined tonight by Mark Augustiniak.
What's up?
Free Cheese is a weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. This week on the Free Cheese, we're talking all about Metroid once again, as well as new Nintendo 3DS, the PlayStation Neo, and so much more. But first, how are you?
I am missing Kyle.
Me too.
2-player mode.
I know. Yeah, I like this though. This is good. Kyle is celebrating his anniversary, so he is out of town. I think he made a little dump off in Philly today.
Oh, is he stealing the Declaration of Independence because there's a map on the back?
He's gonna get that. He's gonna team up with
Nick Cage in it?
Frodo. And
Sean Bean?
Yep, and they're gonna pour some olive oil on the back of the map, so that
Wishing for safe travels.
yeah, he's in search. It's
First donuts, now this.
yeah to honor his spirit. You know, Kyle's off looking for the tomb of Harambe. I had to say it once. If he's not going to be here to shout it for the entire hour, then yeah, I had
You
to
make
let
him feel like his skull's on fire. I'm never doing impressions. Let's keep going.
I wanted to start with something that you kind of mentioned last week, and I kind of mentioned, but I was way too sick to start thinking clearly in the moment because I was like all feverish and getting weird. But
Were you feeling like a sense of dread?
I was feeling a little dreadful.
Oh.
Just a little dreadful.
That's unfortunate.
I can't remember now. Again, the fever dream that is last week. I don't remember if you actually said the word dread and then jokingly said Metroid Dread, and that's what you said Metroid something as a joke, and then I went, oh wait, no, that was a real thing.
Right.
And you were confused.
I don't remember the joke either.
I don't either. But I remember that happened,
Just
and it
like
reminded
how-
me of this.
Just like how Nintendo doesn't remember Metroid.
Oh, shit.
But we do.
We do.
That's why we're here.
I know. There's a lot of Metroid stuff to talk about. I mean, outside of the fact that we're celebrating its 30th anniversary all month, we had the remake of 2 come out and then get not come out.
Yeah, it's technically there.
Yeah, somewhere. Nothing ever dies on the internet.
Yeah.
The 30th anniversary happened on Saturday. I saw like a lot of people actually chatting.
Yeah,
and, like,
actually made it to Facebook trending.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I saw Hip Tanaka sent out a message to the fans on Twitter, I believe, or via someone's Twitter. But yeah, you had mentioned, or you said, or what I think you said was Metroid Dread.
Right.
And I pointed out that was a real ass thing. So this was 2005.
Oh, wow.
So
I was like 17?
yeah, that would have been it. Let's back up even further.
Oh,
2002.
I don't like this.
So you remember the game Metroid Fusion?
Yes.
We talked about it last week a little bit. We'll talk about it again in a few weeks.
I think I played it, the first time I played that was at Best Buy as a demo.
That makes sense.
And then I just never cared.
Oh, so you never played it?
I've played it since.
Okay.
I just didn't get too far because of the hand-holdiness of it.
So, do you mind if I'm not going to, spoil everything, but...
I mean, I feel like I know what happens.
So the story there...
She makes it out okay, guys.
She does. The beginning of the game starts where Samus is like crash landing on a planet,
Right.
and you kind of find out this is post Super Metroid.
Right, this is like right after it, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. She leaves at the end of Super Metroid from the planet, and then malfunction, ship, crash, boom. When she touches down, her suit's compromised, and the only way to save her is to basically fuse her with Metroid DNA. She becomes part of what she hates.
I kind of like that, though.
Yeah, she
That's a good twist.
She ends up, I don't know if she crashes, as a matter of fact, but she ends up on this planet, and there's a virus called the X parasites. And they sort of get in, infect her suit. The
They're
only way
kind
to
of creepy.
Yeah, the only way to get out of it was to remove her standard Varia suit and build her this new, what we know as the fusion suit, this blue and yellow suit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the X parasites inhabit her old suit like a weird, like a bunch of little kids stacked up in an old man's trench coat. You know what I mean? That kind of.
One beer, please.
Yeah, I'll have one of your beer, and yeah. So then this game follows Samus as she tries to survive on this weird ass planet, but now she's as weak as a Metroid, or has the weaknesses of a Metroid, and it actually shows really really cool stuff.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so like one of the neat things that we'll talk about more in depth when we go over the game in a few weeks, but it is the latest one in the series, and canonically, Samus is fucking tired. So if you notice, like while you play this game, not only is she tired because of everything she's been through. If you look at the span of Metroid 2, Super Metroid, and now this game.
Yeah, but now she has Fox Die in her system.
She's got, right.
She's aging really fast.
So there's little clever things, like as much as that game got shit on for its overbearing narration and just that guidance and the force story and all these things,
It's
doesn't
still,
get
like, spooky.
It's spooky, but it doesn't get the appreciation that it deserves for things like she's weary.
Yeah.
And if you just, her idle animation, you just stand still, she's like...
Is that because of the fusion, though? You
But
think it's like the DNA adapting to
all
her
of
body?
it, yeah, like she's just been through some
It just
shit.
made her sick.
And one of the things that I didn't even realize wasn't something I noticed, but something I've heard pointed out is if you look in like Super Metroid when she's in her prime, no pun intended, as she's running, hands on top of her arm, holding that blaster in place,
It's going crazy
because she's like got to keep it, Yeah. In Fusion, if you pay attention to her sprite, underneath of her arm, she's holding it up because she's just. And it's a subtle little thing like that.
Do you think that was intentional?
Absolutely. If you're designing the sprite, you don't.
I mean, you just never know. I mean, some people just think, like when you hold a gun, you don't hold a shotgun overhand.
Oh, right.
You're holding it underneath to keep it still. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like that though.
Yeah, but like little things like that where it's like it's a detail that didn't need to be there, but the fact that it is there makes you think and it makes you appreciate that deeper level.
Because if you think about it, like in the Mega Man X games, he's always holding over.
Yeah. It's to.
So if I saw him switch under out of nowhere, I would.
Second guess.
It wouldn't make sense because he's like a robot. But
yeah.
I would still make me think like why.
Yeah. What's the deal here?
So
Fusion is definitely, it's not the end of the road for Samus.
No.
But canonically, in the games that we've played, in the games that we've seen, that is the last of the line. So
it must be hard to think of villains.
Yeah.
Because now you have your own suit against you.
Right.
Which is kind of cool if you think about it, because you build up this beefy weapon of a suit.
Yeah.
And now you have to fight it.
And now it's turned against you. I mean, that's the horrifying thing about Fusion is...
that's why I never want to be Iron Man.
Yeah, no. You don't want that. The Metroids are weak to ice. Or, to cold. So
right, they're dragon types or plant types.
Exactly. So she's running around with Metroid DNA, and her old suit's got the ice beam ready to go. Really, really horrifying, scary premise.
Yeah.
More on that in 2 weeks? 2 weeks. Yeah. We'll talk about all about Fusion at the end of that. Remember, if you're not familiar, if you're just joining us, August, we're celebrating Metroid all month long. It is our Metroid cover story. Mm-hmm. So last week, we debuted it. We talked a bit about the original Metroid on NES. This week, at the end of the show, we'll talk about Metroid 2. Next week will be Super Metroid, and so on and so forth, all across the 2D games. And then, obviously, throughout the month, we're going to pepper in some Prime conversation.
They're my favorite.
Yeah, because we can't leave those out.
Like a prime rib.
So, 2005... We're in the middle of the Prime series. Metroid Fusion's 3 years behind us at this point. But remember that story, so Samus is now part, Metroid. She's got that living inside of her. Metroid Dread shows up. And it's
fan-made, right?
No.
No?
No, this is official Nintendo. So...
Really?
So a lot of
Is it a project that got canceled?
yeah.
Okay.
There's some folks who were at E3 that year in 2005, and some were handed, some just seen, but there's a sheet from Nintendo that is listing internal software list made by Nintendo that's going to be shown off at E3 that year, and on it is the word it says Metroid Dread right across the.
I feel like I remember this now.
Yeah. And everyone's
Strange.
like, well, hey, where is it? Where's it going to be? Whatever. And then it kind of just disappeared. Well, it didn't disappear. They just never... It was on the list to talk about that made it out there, but no one ever brought it up.
Yeah, something happened.
It was never on the show floor. It was never at the press conference that year.
But you know what that means. Their ideas never go unused.
It's true. So, I'm glad you said that, because later on, where are we at here? There's a couple little things. There's quite a bit on Metroid Dread for a game that we've literally never seen anything of, that Nintendo's never really officially confirmed. You'll hear in a minute about how they've kind of confirmed it, but not really.
Right.
But really, for 2 words, there's quite a bit of information out there where... it was intended to be a 2D side-scrolling game, a sequel to Metroid Fusion, so it would have followed that story, picked up where that left off.
Okay.
So here's a couple fun facts. If you're playing Metroid Prime 3, Corruption, there's a message somewhere in there that says, Experiment Status Report Update. Metroid Project Dread is nearing the final stages of completion. However, the game director denied a connection, said this is purely coincidence.
Yeah, okay.
So, okay.
Sure it is.
But yeah,
It's like, why would you even have that as a text in the game without knowing of this other project?
and it capitalized Dread. You know what I mean?
Just like that paper or whatever.
Right. It's not like it's it was just they made it.
I feel like he just has to say that so people could just calm down.
Right. So it was just like, and that's very clearly like, that's in there. Nintendo knows it's in there. They tell this guy like,
I could say more if this was a real thing.
Yeah, I could say more if Nintendo didn't threaten to cut my tongue out if I ever brought it up again. Because the game's not going to get canceled after if it's on a sheet.
It's weird having if he had like an NDA contract.
Right.
It's weird to have that, but at the same time, you're teasing it in your game. So it's like...
It must have been approved to go in there at some point, and then when Nintendo canceled the project. Because you don't get to the point where you're about to reveal it at E3 unless you've got quite a bit of stuff done.
It's so weird.
It's weird.
I love the mystery, but...
Let's see. So... The Yoshio Sakamoto, he's been a long time designer on Metroid, like one of the original Metroid dudes.
Yeah.
He was asked, one, did this ever really exist? And he said, yeah, it did. He also said, when asked if Other M was what became of Metroid Dread, he said it was not. When confirming its existence, he said that if they ever went back to it, they would, quote, start from scratch. He said that they were waiting and watching and reading the comments to see what people are interested in before we make any comment on the project.
No, see, I like that they listened, but at the same time, I don't like that they just judge solely based on, like, what's popular. I get it from a business standpoint, that makes sense, but like the reason why half this stuff became popular to begin with is because they just took risks, they took shots in the dark, they just made projects and just shot them out there, and we just happened to love them. That's true. So it's a weird balance, I guess.
We're in a weird age where fan feedback is directly
well, I hope they're listening now more than ever.
Hi, make a Metroid. Clearly there's some demand for it.
Take more risks.
Yeah.
I mean, Pikmin happened, you know?
True.
It's like the last, Chibi Robo. I don't know what else happened since then.
There are games that have done that, like Kirby's Return to Dreamland was announced back in the GameCube days, and then just disappeared. And turned up in 2011 as that Wii title wasn't that
the
great.
4-player one, whatever.
Yeah. He said that Nintendo was able to bring it back at any time, but it is the only game on an internal software list that has not yet been released.
I bet you they only just had a name and that's it.
Maybe. So what do you think, I don't know, what do you think of Dread? Knowing nothing about it, what would you want it to be if they resurrect Dread right now?
I think, first of all, I love the word Dread.
Right.
It just sounds cool to say, but I also, regardless, besides thinking of Judge Dredd, right. I love the newer movie.
Yeah.
I mean, I love both, whatever. But it makes me think that, like you said, she was like starting to stagger, feel tired or weary or whatever.
Yeah.
I hope this was hitting like maybe that breaking point. Like this could possibly be her last mission,
right?
Or maybe some kind of sacrifice, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Like I feel like it might have like a very open ending to it, maybe.
Yeah, we've seen the beginning with Zero Mission, and now we could.
But then it makes me think like it probably gets so dark, and I don't want to say depressing, but it can have those elements.
Yeah.
And then maybe there's like a big point where just like maybe that was the beginning of a new era.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it's not necessarily the end, but it might make you think that. Just something to give you that real literal sense of dread.
Yeah.
So
she's in a whole new. I mean, it's not like she just undoes the Metroid fusion. She is
that's
part
her.
Metroid.
So I want to see like what's a longer lasting effect does that take on a body? Like what happens?
There's.
Because a Metroid evolves.
Right.
It changes.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what would that happen with fused with human DNA? Like, will she change? Will she look different? Will she gain different abilities?
Is she going to get sick? Is she going
to be more organic with her powers? That would be cool, actually.
Yeah, story-wise, I think there's a lot of stuff. I think that we will get a post-fusion game at some point, whether it's Dread that's resurrected or something else. Yeah. I don't think they're done with that, with her storyline.
I remember reading the comics in Nintendo Power about like how she was raised. I think it was during to promote Metroid Prime.
That sounds about right.
Or some other one of those games. But yeah, it was showing like how she was raised by like the Chozo.
Right.
And all that, and I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. I'd like to see them dip more into that lore.
Did you ever beat Zero Mission?
No.
Good thing we're playing it this month. Yeah. Play that one, and then we'll chat about that Chozo origin.
Yeah, I know there's some involvement in that.
Yeah. Yeah, because Zero Mission really like redid the original game.
It's also why I want to do the Prime trilogy.
Yeah.
Because even though most of it's just like scan this, scan this, scan this, scan this, but I feel like there's a lot of lore behind it too.
Yeah. There's a lot in there. I think separate from even a story, I think gameplay-wise, what I'm interested in with Dread, or what I'd want in a Fusion sequel is, let's just start. Like I know it's kind of crucial to Metroid as a game that you need to go find your weapons and find your way through the map.
Yeah.
And not that that's a tired thing, because you could literally take Super Metroid and shuffle the map around and re-release that game once a year, and I'd buy it every year, and I'd love it every year.
Right.
But that said, I think.
Do you just want to start out with all the best equipment and just go?
Well, it seems like after this would be the 5th game canonically.
Yeah.
Like, do we really need to have Samus lose all of her shit again?
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Coming up with story reasons to do this is getting more and more difficult. It's like the first one, okay, it's the first one.
It's probably why it's a different Link in each Zelda game.
Yeah. It's got to be. I mean,
because if any smart adventurer would just keep all your stuff.
Yeah, why would you throw it away? Why would you
be a hoarder of treasures and weapons?
Because after Super Metroid, you're like, I am the most badass bounty hunter in the entire world.
Right.
Also, where's the bounty hunter stuff? But after Super Metroid, you're like, she's, king of the world, queen of the world. But Fusion, you're expecting, like, yeah, she's going to have everything. She'll be fine. And then, oh, no, because she's got it. Which, this worked as a story element, but, like,
I feel like
was it.
I feel like with she should lose her suit entirely.
Okay.
Right? And try to rediscover herself. So you have new abilities and whatnot. And, like, you know, who is Samus outside of the suit? I get it. There's a Zero Suit Samus, whatever, but that's still technically a suit. You know? I just want Samus.
You want, like, Persona with Samus.
Like, she has, like, a big demonic form?
I just mean, like, you want, like, I'm trying to picture how that game works action-wise.
I'm picturing, like, a 2D Tomb Raider. But in, like, an alien world. So... Kind of take, like, Alice from Resident Evil movies.
Okay.
But take away her guns.
Okay.
You just have superpowered Alice.
Interesting.
I would like to see a Metroid game kind of like that, where she can't rely on really any suit, or if she does, it's not for a long time. Or it's very scarce, like something's limited to maybe the power of it or something.
No, yeah. I'm just picturing it all. That's why I'm quiet. I'm not dismissing it.
No. I'm
trying to imagine how it would play out. I think too. Zero Mission. You get a little taste of that.
Because you have a Zero Suit.
Still in Zero Suit, but I know what you're saying.
I guess Zero Suit might be the best way to get to that, but I guess I want her away from technology. I can see that. I want her in a more natural element.
This feels like you're building a new trilogy.
I guess.
You break down the fusion suit. You do a game as...
because now she has that Metroid DNA. I want her to take use of that.
This is the thing where, like, partway through the second game in the trilogy, you start teasing something. She finds the broken helmet with the shattered glass from the X-parasites that take over.
Yeah.
She picks up the helmet and carries it back to the ship, and you finish off the second game, and then, like, partway through the third game, that's when... And she's back in the suit.
I was hoping to just keep going for an hour.
I'm just gonna loop that audio part in the podcast. And she's back in the suit, and then that's your big iconic. You've had this like whole trilogy you've been building of her out of the suit, gaining powers, doing backflips.
I can just imagine just like the potential of just opening up new abilities that she could have, just solely because of that DNA alone. I just want to see, like, what is the ups and downs of having that DNA fused with you?
I don't know.
How far would I go? Would you be like prototype, or like our whole arm would just turn into something grotesque?
Oh God, you're thinking like District 9 shit.
Yeah. At least partially.
It could be a cool concept.
Kind of like a bad like Resident Evil Tyrant project.
Yeah, but that's a
cool... like a Nemesis type deal or whatever.
You went a direction I did not even think of. I didn't consider that at all.
Not Nemesis in 2, because he had the eyeball for the shoulder.
Sure.
I forgot the name of him. But yeah, it just kept getting more and more screwed up as it went on, I think. But she doesn't have to look grotesque or like a monster or anything. But I would want her to have just more, like I said, just more organic, natural abilities.
I didn't even... I'm sitting here thinking, like...
And then, when she does get a suit...
Yeah.
You kind of mixed it too. So she has maybe like a half suit, or maybe like not a complete armor. Maybe she has like just the gauntlets, or like just the boots. I don't know.
I'm staring at the amiibo that I've got over on the shelf, just sort of like trying to picture those things becoming one.
Yeah.
It's a difficult thing because the icon that is Samus in her power suit.
I definitely love her classic suit and the morph ball and all of that.
But there's something to what you're saying. There's a story there.
But of course,
there's
what
a game
I'm saying,
there.
I think it should just be one game where you do that, because I think if you break away too much from the tradition of Metroid, it's not really Metroid anymore.
Yeah.
But I think it'd be a cool phase for her to go through.
I think so.
Even if it's not for the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's a cool story beat. I like it. I can't top it. Not that this is about topping one another, but that's a good one.
Cool.
Yeah, nice. I enjoy that. Yeah, so Metroid Dread. One day, maybe. Who knows? We got about a week until Federation Force, so yeah.
I'm still skeptical on that.
So we're about to talk a little bit of, we'll go into our now playing section.
Yeah.
Part of now playing is obviously what have we played, which I've got one big game I want to talk about. But rather than play, I did watch two things that I can't play because they're not out yet. But I watched some stuff on them.
Oh.
One of them, I'll just roll into it. Metroid Prime Federation Force. I told you before last week I played Blast Ball, and I think I told you off air that I'm going to get it. I think I'm going to get Federation Force and just go for it.
If you get it, I'll get it.
So, then there we go.
Or else I'm not going to get it.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna get it. Here we go. Like I'm excited. Like, yeah, it's not Samus, but it's still a Metroid game. Like,
because I feel like that's a game where you need friends.
Yeah. And then I read more about it and looked a bit more into it, and I started to realize that same thing where it's like, okay, this is Triforce Heroes, but in the Metroid universe. You know, being really reductive, but.
Well, I mean, if we're comparing to Triforce Heroes, I will pick Federation Force over Triforce Heroes any day, even story wise. Oh my god!
Yeah, I know. I can see it in your. I can see your heart in your eyes bleeding. Well, so last week Nintendo puts up a video of some of their, I believe, Treehouse members playing the game.
Oh.
And.
How did that, was it bad?
It just made me not want the game.
Really? Was it because of the people playing it or just watching the game?
Partially the people playing it.
Yeah, you can't.
I know.
Mute it.
Well, it was just like, Tom, can you get on this hallway? Oh, great teamwork, guys. Oh, go over there. There's a couple of energy packs. Yep. Oh, fantastic.
No, but those are in your crotch. Yeah,
yep.
Can you grab them?
Oh. Can you grab me? There's up ahead. We've got 2 space pirates. Cool. Tom, Nick, you want to take them out? Oh, epic. Great shot, guys. Oh, epic shot.
Pwned them.
Yeah, it felt like a less.
It didn't feel real.
No, right. And then, but really, what that demo did for me, outside of just like blood curdle, was enforce the idea that you can't play this game without friends, which is not how I play.
I forgot there's amiibo support.
Me too. Yeah, I don't even know what it is.
You get like different skins for your mech.
Interesting.
Like different color schemes or whatever. That's kind of cool. The Kirby one's cool.
Huh. I'll look into this because there's something else that I might be buying soon, but we'll chat. Yeah, I was like, I don't know if I really want this.
I mean, been like that since day one.
But I was like, whatever, I don't want it, but I want it because it's. And now I'm like, I can't, like. I'm okay that I have to play with other people, but it was making it seem like I needed to find 3 other people to play this game with. And that's the only thing that's the only way I'm going to be able to enjoy it. So immediately I'm thinking, I do most of my game playing on my days off or as I'm falling asleep. You and Kyle have opposite work schedules as me. Or you will, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. But I mean, like, I can totally find a time to play.
True. It's still just like, I know there are times that I'm sitting down to play a game when you are completely unavailable. And if I'm sitting down and I want to play the Metroid Federation Force and you're unavailable, does that mean I can't play it and have the same enjoyment? That was the part.
I mean, I heard you can do single player.
No. And then by the end of the trailer, they were like, oh, single player is more of a challenge and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But immediately they like made it seem like it was like, co-op or nothing. If you don't have co-op, why are you
at least with that one, you get the option to play by yourself. Wait, right. If you play by yourself, do you have 3 AIs with you? Or if they are with you, do you have to control them manually, one by one, switching between them? Like in Triforce Heroes, when you're 3 links, but you're actually just 1 link with 2 dummies. So you have to move one, then hit, tap on the other one on touchscreen because, L and R, that doesn't work. That would make too much sense. Then you got to tap on the other one, move that one. And then it's just a whole process of like, what is that game? I forget the name of it. The stupid pegs. You got to make them hop over each other. It's like a little wooden game. Like
chess.
Sure.
I don't
No, it's not chess. It was like a game that was like in friendlies or something. They just have like stupid little like golf tees.
Yeah.
And like those little
I never understood that
peg
game.
holes.
Yeah.
There was one of them where it's like you have to like make them hop over each other to make like a perfect unison thing or something.
I remember that.
That's what it reminds me of for some reason. Because you're just moving each one around and it takes forever. Literally forever.
Oh,
but
God.
it's cool
Those are games that kids used to play like...
But the cool thing about it is that there's single card download play because they know this game is such shit that nobody else wants to buy it. So instead of forcing your friends to buy this game just so you can play it, like, look, just download off of mine. Please, I am begging you. You cannot say no to this. It's not costing you a thing.
That is not the case in Federation Force.
That's a relief.
I mean the download play.
Oh.
Everyone must have their own copy of the game.
Okay.
Well,
I hope it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, they did show Samus in that game.
Right. That was one of the things, too, is like all of the complaints that everyone has about this game.
I mean, I love mechs, so...
Yeah.
But I didn't know they were mechs at first. I thought they were just big, dumb people.
Well, the producer on the game, Kensuke Tanabe, he came out at the end of this little trailer and was like... he was explaining like, oh, it's really, really fun if you play with friends. It's more of a challenge if you play by yourself. And then he started like all of the complaints lobbed against the game. He was just like, oh, fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck. He was like, so here's why we did this. And the characters are more squat looking because when we originally designed this on the handheld system, it was too difficult to tell on that display where your enemies were. So we made them shorter and fatter to sort of, like he was making reason because everyone's like, oh, they look stupid and the art looks like shit. And it was like, well, it looks like shit because it has to, is what he was saying.
Thanks, 3DS.
Yeah.
So why couldn't it just been a console game? Probably would have done a lot better.
This is the story behind this game.
If it was like a rescue team looking for Samus, isn't that what this is about?
I think so.
But like, I don't know.
I mean the story behind the development of this game, though.
Yeah, but like made it more serious looking, and instead of all them like looking exactly the same, like with just different colors. Maybe if there was just like one uniform team, kind of like Halo ODST.
Right.
Where they all have like the nice tactical outfits.
Yeah.
But not different colors, really. I don't know what I'm getting at with this, but like,
no, yeah.
It would be cool to have like we're not as cool as Samus or as powerful, but like when we work together, we each have like a good perk that could maybe be just as good as her.
Except
like each person has a different type of weapon.
Yeah.
I don't know if Federation Force is like that.
So that was another thing too they pointed out in the trailer that kind of turned me off was like, Tom, what are you going with? Oh, I'm gonna heal this time, so I'm boosting up on I'm going to use the healing pack and the bonus bombs.
So you can equip different...
Yeah.
I mean, that's not
Ridge,
so
what
bad.
are you going to be this time?
Ridge?
I figured there's a man named Ridge. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah, it just sounds like the people are not help selling this game.
No, they turned me off a lot. Which I understand. I get it. You have to be like completely...
Because it's Nintendo.
Right. Yeah, it seemed like there's your typical like multiplayer classes. Healer.
Okay.
Tank. Whatever.
It works. I mean, I kind of like that though because especially if you have a classic healer tank combo.
Yeah.
One person just demolishes the other and be like, oh, I'll just sit back and just heal you. You just go be stupid.
Yeah, I don't know. So, apparently this takes place canonically between Metroid and Metroid 2.
What?
Yeah.
Not Metroid Prime 1 and 2.
No, Metroid 1 and 2.
But it still has the Metroid Prime name on it.
Well, Prime takes place in between.
Does it?
Yes.
I'm an idiot. Also.
Yes.
So the whole series just takes place between 1 and 2. So basically they're saying nothing new about where this takes place.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No, this is just another story in that moment.
That's just another piece of information I don't care.
Yep. Yep.
Because Prime already indicates that. So it's like, you don't really need to retell us when it takes place.
Right.
But I do want to know in between which game then? Between Prime 2, Prime 2, Prime 3?
Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess we'll find that out.
It's so weird that the Prime series takes place. I forgot that it did that. Because Other M is after Super Metroid.
I didn't hear anything.
Right?
I think you just completely cut out. Were you talking about something that didn't even exist and doesn't exist?
No. You almost had me for a second. No, but I remember the commercials for Other M.
Yeah.
And they were showing the events of Super Metroid in the commercial. Live action commercial, mind you. Really good.
Yeah, it was. It was such a like...
hey,
stand here. Woohoo! Watch. Look, you fell.
Like, that mother brain was really good.
Yeah.
But...
I kind of want to watch it again.
So does Other M take place before Fusion? It would have to, right?
Yeah, I think Other M's really, really early because it talks about...
Because, I mean, that's canon, right?
Yeah.
Even though it's Team Ninja? I feel like it is.
I don't want it to be canon.
Yeah, well... there's a lot of games I don't want to be canon either.
I know. I'm not positive.
Or, I don't want games that have multiple timelines only once.
Story, plot. So this, yeah. Other M's between Super Metroid and Fusion.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I just had a really dumb brain fart for a second.
It's, yeah.
But usually, if Federator Force has like a sniper class, I'd be down for that.
It's playing Blast Ball. Did you try it yet?
I was going to get to that.
Oh.
To what we've been playing, but
we
can talk about it now if you want. Get out of the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I downloaded the demo last night.
And?
Can we just stop having games that have a lackluster version of Rocket League?
I know.
Because I'm calling it Pocket League now.
Well, here's what I started to do.
Especially if it's 1-on-1.
Yeah, Pocket League's pretty good. I like that. No, did you make it through all the tutorial stuff? Because you do get 3-on-3. And it makes it a bit more.
I just did the 1-on-1 fight. I won one, he won one, then he won again because he shot me out of my suit. And I was like, all right, this is too slow paced for me.
If you...
Charging up the shots.
If you get through that, you can play at... Yeah, charge up threw me off. I didn't like that. But if you get through that, you can play 3-on-3. I don't love it. And I haven't gone back to it since I first played it.
Overwatch has that Lucio ball going on right now. And it's the exact same thing. It's actually... The Blast Ball and Lucio Ball are exactly the same thing.
That's garbage.
You're three the same character just shooting a ball into a score thing. And it's like, all right, we get it. Like,
yeah,
you want the Rocket League audience. You're just throwing his bell and whistle in there just because. Like, you don't need it. Just don't leave it.
Well, they, I like that it's giving me a good taste for what the game's gonna play like.
I feel like it's not.
In terms of like,
I feel like it's misleading.
But controlling the actual character.
I was expecting to use a stylus.
Yeah, because of hunters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
because I was ready for it. I was like, I'll just aim with this.
Right.
Boom. No, I gotta hold an R and then move the circle stick.
Which is weird.
If I want to stay locked onto the ball with L.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. It works.
It's not perfect, but for a handheld,
Yeah.
Now on the new 3DS, can you use the C stick at all or no?
I don't. There's no use for it.
Dumb.
I guess
feel
they
like they have
versatile.
I think they might have that implemented in the final release, the actual game, but I don't know.
Because I downloaded it for the frame rate to see what it would look like.
Yeah.
But it's not that smooth.
Nothing, yeah.
But I feel like the full game will be better than this. I feel like this is a bad... I mean, that's just my interpretation.
Yeah.
Because some games do that. They lead you with the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I hope I'm right on that. Hope I'm not wrong.
If it's worse, I don't...
Because from what I saw in the trailers of the game, like, it just reminded me of Borderlands. Only not the story or like the concept, but when you're shooting something, numbers were popping up.
Oh,
if I remember correctly.
I feel like
and if that's the case, you're getting experience, or that's just the damage you're doing. But I feel like there's a level up system.
There is a level up system. So even in Blast Ball, there's a level up system where you can unlock new things for your power armor.
So like that might be cool. Maybe you can move faster. Or something.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I can like strafe left and right and do that little dash. That's cool. Right. I'm fine with that.
I think I'm
just mobility wise. I would like to be a little faster.
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Where I'm not getting, it's Bloodstained. I watched the demo. So they had the E3 demo.
Yeah, we're on the pirate ship or whatever.
I watched the full.
Yeah, that was kind of bland. And the music.
Music was fine, but
it's looping that much.
It's looping so much, and it's not. It's still.
I still think it's too early for them to show anything.
I think so too,
but I feel like that's not the final like lighting of it all. The movements, no, it isn't. There's so many kinks you got to work out still in animations. Like
I don't know. It just.
I feel like they just need to show something to show like, hey, don't forget about us.
Yeah, I think so too. No, the music was good, but it sounded. I mean, and this is just the composer Yamane's style, but like, she's like, oh, yeah, this is Symphony of the Night. Like you can just hear the like the music kicking in, and I mean, it looked solid in terms of like, fight, run.
I always think I don't know why I think of this now. Never see games like that.
Yeah,
where it's like what the game really is, but it can't be called that game. It's like you're married to someone you don't want to be married to, but your real love is like in another place, and like you two like secretly visit each other, but like you can't claim it to be official.
God,
because you would. Like, that's what I feel like it's a forbidden love type deal.
Oh, weird. Yeah, like an old
like a forbidden love letter, I guess, or something. It's like we can't call it Castlevania, but you're reeking of Symphony of the Night so much. Just call it like Symphony of the Night 2 or whatever. But you can't.
I get it. Bloodstained's a Capulet. That's a Shakespeare reference right there, kids. On the Free Cheese, episode 157.
That Montague.
Yeah, it just, man, I'm sure going hands-on with it and feeling it would, add another step up for me, but just watching it was like
ukulele, like you can't call that.
I know.
Everybody, Banjo 3E.
Yeah, it's not.
Or 4 or whatever, including nuts and bolts.
No one includes that.
But it's like, I mean, well, clearly it's not a bear and a bird, but like.
But it's a bear and a bird.
Totally.
It just, the final boss of that stage was like, okay. Like, it was over the top and weird, but this weird, I think the big thing still is the art for me.
Just the fact that it's a 2.5D.
That 2.5D shit.
Yeah.
That's the thing that, like, that's why, I mean, it's...
Didn't you say they were adding a filter, though? There was a mode where you can do, like,
There's an 8-bit mode.
8-bit.
Yeah.
You want, like, that nice 32 or 16-bit.
Yeah. I don't know. They,
No, wait, 16 Super Nintendo. You want 32.
Yeah.
That's PlayStation, I think.
Yeah. I mean, PlayStation also had weird...
Minus the polygons.
Yeah. But that was the neat thing about the Symphony of the Night was there was actually a recent I think I tweeted it out. There was a Digital Foundry video where they broke down like the why behind that game and like how it runs and why it runs, like the tricks that they use in development to mirror things and mask things and hide things in different layers within the game. Really, really cool stuff. And like, because that game was also ported to Saturn, and they talk about like why it's a bag of trash on Saturn versus really, really cool, interesting video.
Fun little fact while we're on this for people in case they don't know. I know we're talking about Metroid, and we just brought up Castlevania. So then the word Metroidvania comes to mind, right? But if I remember correctly, I forgot which creator from which series. I think it was Castlevania.
I know.
He says that Metroid was never the inspiration. It was Zelda.
Yep, that's correct.
But we just call it Metroidvania because they just happen to be coincidentally have the same play style.
Yeah, Koji Igarashi. And one of the neat things about that is like, you hear that quote where he says like, I was more inspired by Zelda than I was Metroid. And you hear that quote and your immediate reaction is like, well, your fucking map system is like, what do you mean? Like,
explain
no, you just
this.
But I believe recently he's reiterated on that or just further explained that because that quote was from a while ago.
Yeah. I didn't know if it still held up or
it does, but he added on to it a bit and sort of just re-explained like yeah, obviously like Metroid's there.
Yeah.
Like the map, like we pulled inspiration.
The platforming is there. That's it.
Yeah, but when he stepped into the role of directing that game, because this game was there, that Symphony of the Night was there like we don't give a shit project. Konami was like, Nintendo 64 is the future. Castlevania 64 is the pinnacle of what we can do right now. Let's put our A teams on Castlevania 64. Which...
Oh, yeah, that was...
Yeah. So,
wonder.
Symphony of the Night was just like... Yeah, whatever. Like, here's a couple bucks. Go make a game, you guys, in the basement.
That right there, that's what we need more of.
I know.
We don't care. Go for it.
Yep.
We don't care.
Which is why we got such a good fucking game, because they were like, what can we do that's weird? And he said, well, like, what if we, instead of doing it stage-based, where it's go through this area, complete. Go through this area, complete.
Yeah.
What if we made it a whole big adventure, like a Zelda game? And that was kind of where he drew the inspiration of that, as well as... Well, in Zelda, you can't get to this part until you get this item. Same thing. You can't get through this door until you find this thing. Until you backtrack and you find...
One could argue where you could kind of compare it to Zelda 2.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially the dungeons.
Absolutely. And then the neat thing, I mean, we'll till the end of time talk about Symphony of the Night, but that's why you got cool stuff like the throwback to... Well, you get throwbacks to everything. Like the original trilogy is really paid honor in Symphony of the Night, because you have, after you get to the inverted castle, you have the Castlevania 2 collection of the different pieces of Dracula's body. Mm-hmm. You fight the zombie versions of Grant and I can't remember their names now. Grant, is it Trevor Belmont and the girl?
Oh, really?
Yeah. But they're all the versions of that game. Because that game, you play as Trevor, and you can get Grant Dynasty, real name, Alucard, and then, what is her name? It's like, I don't know.
Oh, right, they're making an anime of that.
Oh, yeah, where is that?
I don't know. I haven't done any research since then just to get an update.
I remember that was a thing. But I don't remember.
Yeah, based on the third one.
Right. Yeah, you play as Trevor, and you can meet Alucard, Grant Dynasty,
and girl.
Sypha.
Sypha?
Sypha? Sypha?
Sypha?
Sypha. Yeah.
FIFA?
I don't know. Other media. Where is it?
She likes soccer?
She might.
She do kicks?
I was trying to find an animated Dracula's Curse movies in development.
Movie.
Being produced by Frederator Studios. Wait a second.
Frederator.
They're the ones that do
Are there those guys that do
Adventure Time?
They used to do. No, it's people who I think worked on that. They do what's that other sideshow on the internet?
Bravest Warriors?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, they haven't done anything in like forever because I guess they don't have money or whatnot.
Frederator?
Yeah.
They still do Adventure Time.
They're actually the ones doing Adventure Time.
Yeah.
What happened? What the hell happened to when Tumblr got mad because Bee and Puppy Cat wasn't around or something?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know if Bee and Puppy Cat's part of this.
I thought that was from the same animation.
Nope, they
studio.
are.
But yeah. I like Bravest Warrior.
I haven't watched any of it still.
I mean, it's okay.
I heard it was great. So yeah, Symphony of the Night, rad. Definitely inspired by Zelda. Definitely inspired by Metroid. Bloodstained, I'm excited because I'm going to play it. But that demo didn't really...
Yeah. I would still wait. I mean, it definitely looks more promising.
Yeah. The animation was just...
I mean, I have to bring it back up. I didn't want to, but it looks better than Mighty Number 9 complete.
I know. Same developer, too. That's the fucked up part.
Yeah. Interesting.
Why one? Why not the other? What went wrong?
Probably different teams of people. Like, same company, but, like,
sure.
you know, A team, B team.
Sure.
Maybe they hired newer people since then.
Yeah. It's weird. Those two things I just sort of checked out. I'm excited for what's coming with them. I really only spent my time playing one game this week. But What did you play?
Oh, I mean, I'll just get the other ones out of the way. They're quick. This past weekend, I went back to Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
Oh, I never downloaded that. That was Nintendo's first foray into free-to-play.
Yeah.
And I never...
I don't know how to classify that game.
Yeah.
If you're going down, the whole, pointless hardcore casual line. Because it's just baseball.
Right.
You're only hitting A, but you got to time it right.
Right.
And if you're aiming for certain things, and then you gotta be consecutive with it. You have to, there's one where you have to hit 50 UFOs, but you only have 3 strikes.
Oh, no.
So, there's challenges. And then the more challenges you complete, the more you fill up this calendar. The more you fill up this calendar, the more items you get. And those items help you get discounts on the next games.
Right.
So, I have a lot stacked up. I just haven't bought any new games yet. Because I'm still trying to complete the ones that I have. I just completed one of them.
Yeah.
I completed the first cartridge. Now I'm on the second cartridge, which is all about hitting fastballs 90 and up. And then aiming them in the way you hit the bat and the timing with it. It's tough.
It's good?
I mean, it's simple. I
Yeah.
like it. It passes the time. It's like a little snack game. It's nothing to dive hours into in a row. So yeah, I just did that for one night during a weekend. And then I touched on Doom a little bit more.
Yeah.
Got past the first level.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get too far in the second stage just because I only played for maybe an hour and I was eating a lot of pizza and I was just more focused on just relaxing.
As we do.
And I think the only complaint I have so far is it's a little too much red.
Oh.
I mean, I get it. First level, you start on Mars, whatever, fighting demons. But the demons the same color as the land, and it's just...
I remember that in the previews.
It's a little tough on the eyes.
Yeah. When they showed the first art for that was a big thing where everyone was like, ugh, what is this? What's this game look like? Why does it look
second level, you're indoors, so it's not that bad. But I feel like it's going to get worse, worse in a good way. Yeah. More grotesque and whatever. Because I remember seeing one E3 clip and you were in this green wasteland area. And I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to all that. So
I could do that.
I think it's just a little bit of a slow start, but I like it. Still like it.
Yeah.
So I still want to continue to play it.
I should have grabbed it while I could.
Well, you can just for full price now.
I'm not doing that.
I'm sure there'll be another sale. There's always holidays and whatnot. Other than that, just a Pocket League.
Old Pocket League. Well, I played the opposite of Pocket League, which is Metroid Prime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Playing Pokemon Scan.
What?
So Pokemon Snap. You scan everything. You just scan all the monsters.
I see. Yeah, that game is a lot of scanning. And I did a thing where, remember when that game came out on Wii U Virtual Console? Probably a year and a half ago, right?
The Metroid Prime trilogy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a while ago.
Yeah.
A really long time ago. Right? It wasn't this last January, it was the one before. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's been that long. Holy shit.
Huh.
I got it then... Because remember they did that introductory discount price where they were $10 instead of $20. So I grabbed it and started playing Prime a little bit, but didn't get too far into it. And then last year I tried to go back to it at some point and never did. So I picked up where I left off, which it took me probably an hour to remember where I was and what the next step was.
I probably would have just restarted.
I thought about it, but then I was like, I don't know. I just kind of went with it, and now I'm good. I know where I'm at. I think I just got the gravity suit. Yeah, I got the ice beam, and then I got the gravity suit was the last thing I got. So I'm getting there. I don't have as many of the artifacts as I think I'm supposed to have at this point in the game. I might have to backtrack a little bit.
Yeah. I just love the point of view from a visor.
It's good, and that's one thing I wanted.
The rain hitting it, or seeing your face for a little bit.
That was the part I wanted to bring up, was that. Because we talked last week about how horror is a subtle, or sometimes blatant element of the Metroid games, and there's no terror like the terror that is being in a heavy combat situation and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, and you're in that first person view. And I think playing with the on the Wii U or on the Wii with the new play control style where you have to use the Wii remote, and that you're not wearing a fucking power suit, but you're holding it, and again, like, it's not. I'm leaning on my couch. I've got 2 pugs laying on my face, and I'm trying to navigate a Wii remote. So I know I'm not in the middle of this. But
wearing your pug suit.
Wearing my pug suit, and I'm wired up. But you're not wearing it, but you feel like, you know what I mean?
You can still feel that sense of weight.
There's a little bit of immersion that happens there.
Yeah. Especially if you hold your arm out long enough, eventually your arm will just get tired. Yeah. And then maybe you have to hit the mic.
But you're playing it, and you kind of you get a little overwhelmed with any sort of combat scenario that's happening. And then the flash, that's what it is. It's when you, like, especially when you have I can't remember what they're called now, but the enemies that like fly and just attack. Flying space pirates. Sure. I don't know. They're space pirates that have jetpacks, and they're like blasting you. When they pop up and they're kind of overwhelming you and crowding you, and they start like hitting you with rapid fire, it's that subtle little moment where you see her eyes flash in the visor, and you can almost see terror in her eyes, and you can like kind of feel it. But there's like this like it's a gasp moment. That's what it is. Like, it's that flash of white, just like you like white out. Like, oh my god, where am I? Like.
Or maybe, like, do you actually see her eyes animate, or is it just like a still frame for like a second?
Still, but like you kind of see a subtle blink.
Because they probably, what if they just never like finished the character model, and it's just always like that mannequin dead stare?
It seems. I mean, maybe it's the way my brain fills it in, but it seems like it's just like a slight blink. I mean, like she's like.
I still like it,
but it seems like just like that moment where you're kind of like, you blink, just for a second, you think, I don't care.
You have like a minor existential crisis.
Yeah, and you open your eyes and you're like, whatever's happening is going to happen. And she kind of throws herself back into it. Like, just that, it's so quick. It all happens in the moment. But there's so much in that little moment.
You think she has like PTSD?
Definitely. Yeah, for sure. She's been through so much hell. More hell than any woman should ever have to go through.
Especially development hell.
Oh, damn. Again. I forgot how great Prime was. I played Prime.
Oh wait, it's called Arrested Development.
Oh man.
Cue to ukulele. No.
I haven't played. My first Prime game was 3. I've never played 2. And
2 is Echoes, right?
Yeah. And then 1 I played after 3. Got the GameCube version. I don't know. I got the GameCube version and played that on Wii.
I've only played the first one on GameCube.
Okay. I think, yeah, from what I remember from 3 was fun too, because I remember getting a demo. It was like one of the first things you could download.
Yeah, the first one I think I played was a demo.
From the Wii eShop? No, it wasn't eShop at that point. It was the Wii Shop channel. And you could go in there and you could download a demo of of Prime 3.
Interesting.
And it was like a really, really quick like rooftop battle or something.
I just remember playing mine when G4 was still around and GameStop didn't buy EB games.
Oh yeah, man.
Good
Those
times.
were the days.
Good fucking years.
Days. I was having flashbacks.
GameCube era.
Yeah.
PS2, Xbox, all that.
Yep. I was remembering
early 2000s.
Electronics Boutique.
Yes. I remember that first. Like, back when, like, Pokemon came out.
Yep.
And then it went to EB games.
Blue light.
Yeah.
That one always,
because it was so subtle. It was just like, oh, you're a game store?
Yeah, like, all right.
I remember seeing Diablo 2 as, like, a centerpiece.
Yeah. Fuck. Real good. Yeah, the aforementioned pugs do not make it easy to play Metroid Prime.
Are they like your shoulder pads?
I'd love it if they were my shoulder pads. What they instead try to do is be my lap pad.
Oh.
And that doesn't work so well when you have the Wii remote trying to point it at the fucking sensor bar.
Oh, right.
Yeah. I forgot about how much I don't.
But I guess aiming feels better with that than
it does.
The C-stick.
It's been a while since I've played it with the C-stick and known what that felt like. I kind of wish I could play it with it. If I could just play it with a Pro Controller, I'd be
Yeah, you should give it the option.
But because it's a Wii game and you're emulating it, it must be
right.
Yeah. And even on like when they ported it to Wii, like, okay, great, let's just do the classic controller when you plug into the Wii remote, but you couldn't do that. It had to be tethered. But I'm looking to wrap that up before next week and hopefully start Prime 2, because I really want to play that one. That one's the one with Dark Samus.
Oh, right. The hedgehog. They all gotta have one.
Oh, man. That's it. That's the big one. Cool. And I bought Zero Mission on Virtual Console. I've got the original cart somewhere down here.
I was gonna do that last night. That's why I got the Blast Ball instead. I didn't have a lot of time to play.
Yeah.
Sleep. But yeah, I'll probably do it tomorrow.
Yeah, so I bought it. I haven't played it yet or started it there, but I'm gonna start it. I think I might try and stream some of it soon.
There you go.
So we'll see. Well, that's everything I played. That's everything you played. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do a quick round of show and tell. A little bit about... I have a quick question.
Oh.
Just a surprise.
Oh.
Top secrets. And then talk about Metroid 2 and bring it to a close. So we'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the Free Cheese episode 157. Mark, it's time for show and tell.
Oh, man.
Tell the kids what's show and tell.
Well, if you must know, you show and tell.
There you go.
Got it.
We find stuff that excites us and we bring it to our podcast each week and we talk about it. So let's just
I think I should start.
Do a little ping pong. So I'll kick it over to you.
Okay.
And you give me what's your first story on the docket.
I wouldn't say I'm excited about this.
Well, it's a thing we're going to talk about. I
think it deserves some spotlight.
It's a story that we're going to share.
Recently, a Square Enix graphic designer has passed away.
Well,
his name is, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, Manabu Daishima. On July 30th, this happened.
Okay.
He was 45.
Whoa.
Yeah. Not to get too much into like how he like passed away or whatever, but he was diving with other people and like about like 4 feet under the sea surface, he just went unconscious.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So that sucks. That's really sad. But
yeah.
I wanted to focus on the works that he's done.
Yeah. So what's he?
So he's done work on a like numerous like stuff since SquareSoft was around.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So he did like monster designs for Romancing Saga, map and world graphic designs for Secret of Mana, field graphics for Chrono Trigger. He was mostly like a background type artist, but that's why I kind of wanted to bring it up because also to mention background graphic design for Saga Frontier, battle effect graphics for Parasite Eve.
Oh yeah.
Field map design for Final Fantasy IX, and 3D map design for Dirge of Cerberus, as well as 3D map and background for Final Fantasy 12. And as an artist, you know, that's kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because I mean, I've always wanted to be like some kind of concept artist for video games. I thought that would be like pretty much like I wanted to like make like some kind of mascot like Sonic, sell it, get royalties, live an easy life.
Yeah.
And then life happened.
Yeah.
But like seriously, like as an artist, like I suck at backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot draw them for the life of me. Like I'm trying to get better at it, but like every time I see like nice like scenery settings that are like painted or whatever, like digitally painted from all these concept artists for like movies or games, they look so beautiful. That's what makes the world. That's what makes the world you want to be in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there's just a way of just making it enticing, and you just want to live in it. And it sucks that, you know, a legend like that just kind of, I mean...
Well, the other dude's like, when you read his name, I don't know I've never heard this man's name before.
I mean, I'll be honest, I haven't either, but...
But that's the thing is, like...
It definitely stuck out to me, though.
Yeah, but he's the type of
it's kind of like an unsung hero.
Right, absolutely. Like, without him, these games are completely different. Not that they're better or worse or anything, but they're not what they are now, not what we know and what we love of them.
Yeah.
Without him, and yeah, it's a terrible, terrible shame that... Ugh.
He also went out in a world that was also enticing. I mean, he went out in the way because water. Yeah, that was bad.
No, I thought I was following you there.
That was just
bad. I thought I had you, but I wasn't positive.
Yeah.
Well, while that might be bad, I got one that's good.
Yeah, let's switch it around. But yeah,
$149 good.
Oh.
As opposed to $220 good.
This is the thingy I showed you.
This is the thingy you showed me. So when you you texted me a link to an image, and the URL had the word announcement in it, and also the word Nintendo in it. So I was like, oh my god, what am I about to click on? What am I about to find? Did something happen? They're going to finally announce?
Not that extravagant.
And then, oh, okay, we're not quite there yet, but... We are. We're getting the new 3DS in an affordable, cool... Well, not that the Animal Crossing bundle was not affordable.
Right.
But this is the lowest price that a 3DS has been offered for. Barring any sort of sale or anything like that.
That's true. I think you're getting it cheaper than what I paid for.
Mm-hmm. So for $149.99, the new Nintendo 3DS... with 2 Mario faceplates. Now, one of them is just your typical dumb, I don't want this on a console Mario case ever. It's just Mario with his arms folded. Like,
yeah.
Hey, is it the 90s? But the other one is Super Mario Maker themed.
That was the one I almost got, the plates.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. It's just got all of the different character sprites that are available in Super Mario Maker, which...
that's cool.
Why wouldn't I want that? Comes with Super Mario 3D Land pre-installed, which, you know, I've already got it. But I have it on a cart, so having it pre-installed is pretty dope, too. I think I'm finally going to do it. It's August 26th. It's just in time for back to school. We're finally at a point with the house where I'm kind of okay.
Wait, what does back to school have anything to do with this?
That was the reason they're doing this big deal. Or that was what they promoted.
Was I meant like for you, like
yeah, no, I'm not going back.
My favorite season because all the kids are freaking gone during the day.
I do like
get out of my work.
Yeah, I do like back to school.
Let me take over these gyms.
Yeah, yes, I like back to school because that feeling you get, that smell in the air, you know, where it's like, yeah, it smells like I should be buying new clothes and like going home for dinner early, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is super rad. I was going to buy the Animal Crossing one anyway, just so I could have the 3DS. But now that I don't
you want that Isabelle plate. Don't lie.
Now that I don't have to buy a 3DS system with a game that I don't really want.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
For $70 cheaper, I'm alright with that. Further, with the same story, which I think is really, really dope, is we get a new line of Nintendo Selects. Did you look at these?
I did.
So I'll read them real quick. There's only a few that are that exciting. Yeah. But now, at the new low price of $19.99, Nintendogs Plus Cats, Animal Crossing New Leaf, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, Tomodachi Life, Lego City Undercover, Lego City Undercover, The Chase Begins for the 3DS. Those were all the 3DS games. And then on Wii U, Lego City Undercover, Nintendo Land, and Wind Waker. All of these 8 titles are now $20.
Wind Waker, definitely worth it.
Luigi's Mansion, $20.
I'm curious about that one.
So I have it and lent it to Tyler in the middle of me playing it and never got it back. So I haven't
Oh,
finished
that
it.
has a multiplayer aspect, doesn't it?
It does.
Forgot about that.
Well, maybe that's another game we can throw into our little multiplayer ring. I haven't done much multiplayer on 3DS.
No.
Like local multiplayer.
The most I've done is Four Swords.
And I haven't even done that. I've just played with myself.
Mm.
And then Animal Crossing.
Yeah. See, that's one that I like to point out of that whole sale.
Yeah.
Is that game, because now they're bringing that new DLC for it and all that.
Yep.
So, yeah, anybody who hasn't, for some reason, picked up that game yet, I would either suggest that or just wait for this mobile version.
Fuck that. I guess wait for the mobile if you don't want to spend any money.
Yeah.
But for
those are your options.
$150 plus $20, $170. So already $20 cheaper.
Yeah.
Than buying just a 3DS XL by itself. You can get the new 3DS with the beautiful Famicom colored face buttons and two of the system's best games.
I mean, I'll buy Wind Waker so you can have yours back.
There you go.
That I haven't touched yet.
Perfect. And then they announced some new Amiibo bundles, which I'll name just cause, but I don't really care. Yoshi's Woolly World, you can now buy it with either a blue or a pink Yarn Yoshi.
Pink.
Captain Toad, you can now buy with a Amiibo. And Mario Party 10, which you can now buy.
Toad.
I downloaded it. I was going to say you could borrow it, but I downloaded it. Or you can buy Mario Party 10 with either Peach or Bowser Amiibos. These are all $40 a piece.
They picked the wrong princess.
I know. Neat. This is cool little, we're seeing the prices come down on some of these things, which is nice. Doesn't traditionally happen with Nintendo software. It does in time, but it takes a really long time. I mean, New Leaf is just now getting down to $20, and that's a 3-year-old game.
True.
It did previously drop to $30, but it took a while. But
it's true.
But a cool fall ahead. Definitely, I'm really excited for new 3DS.
I'm also excited for Neo.
Oh.
Not to confuse you. Sorry, Ni-O. Like Ni-OH.
Tell me on this, because I have another Neo to talk about tonight.
Koei Tecmo's
Souls
game, essentially.
Yeah.
That looks beautiful.
Like,
people would be like, you play Dark Souls, play Bloodborne? And be like, no, I play Neo.
How's it spelled?
Ni-OH. Pretty sure it's a hyphen.
Yeah. I don't know. When's this coming out?
They haven't really said yet. But if you go on Amazon, it says October.
Huh.
But it's this year. So it's not that many months left. It's about 4.
Interesting.
So
I remember this one being shown off.
I have Rock Band all to look forward to.
Yeah.
PS4 going to get some playtime.
I wish mine could.
You wish yours could? Oh, right. Is it because of your TV?
Oh, no. Everything's good.
I still need to get Digimon.
Oh, yeah. No, I just don't have anything to play on it.
Get Digimon Cyber Sleuth.
Is that on PS4?
Yeah.
What am I thinking of?
You can download it. It's also on Vita.
Interesting. Well, speaking of Neo, PlayStation Neo is maybe a thing.
Maybe or is.
It seems like it is.
I mean, this one has been going around since before E3.
This rumor has been going on for quite some time, yeah. And now September 7th at 3 o'clock p.m. There's a PlayStation meeting.
It's around the same time that Nintendo is supposed to be announcing some information too.
Yes. So maybe the announcement is that Nintendo bought PlayStation.
Oh my god.
I know, right? Didn't expect that one coming. For everything that we understand, PlayStation Neo is basically kind of what Xbox announced with Project Scorpio.
Yeah.
Where this is a PlayStation 4 that still runs all PlayStation 4 hardware and everything, but it's just a bit more optimized and can do a little bit more
I was debating whether to wait for it.
But we didn't know when it was, and that's kind of why I bring this up, because we heard about the story a while ago, so it's no news that this is happening. The big news is that now we know a date where we can expect to learn more.
Like, all I took from it was, like, I don't know, it has, like, a built-in support for VR.
Right.
And that's about it, besides 4K output. But it's like, most people don't have a 4K TV right now, so I didn't see the point of waiting. Especially if Last Guardian is coming out this year, I need to play it this year.
Correct.
Even though I wait 10 years to play anything that's relevant.
Now, having just bought a PS4 a week ago, because I bought one 3 years ago at launch, I don't feel slighted. I'm fine. Like I just said, my PS4 hasn't gotten much playtime lately anyway, so it's not like jonesing for this. And this is very much like the new 3DS equivalent of a PS4, where it is just same console, same games.
Just slightly better.
Slightly better. And in the long run, it's going to run things that the original one cannot.
I'm not even sure if I would even... I want to do VR, but I don't know if PlayStations would be the most affordable.
Right.
I don't know by that point that I'm ready for it if I would do it or not. You know, because I don't want it to do it just for like little gimmicky stuff. I'd want like
some
really good game.
Immersive,
Like it's actually used well.
Well, how do you feel knowing that this is a thing that is coming? Clearly,
I mean, it doesn't really affect me.
Yeah,
I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything.
Right, not yet. Maybe one day there's going to be something where we're like...
I mean, if there's like that one exclusive thing that just, happens to really reel me in and then makes me trade in my PS4 towards... That'll be by the one time you'll see me in GameStop again.
Yeah. This was... I was thinking about this, and it's like, what is the one thing that could push you to say, like, nope, fuck it, I need this thing?
There would have to be some kind of like exclusive game. Like, if Silent Hills came back, but only for that PS4 to run it on it or something,
yeah,
I would do it.
Yeah? That'd be the game?
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what mine would be.
Other than that, nothing really.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where my priorities have shifted a bit, so I'm not, like, readily throwing out things like that, but, yeah.
I feel like...
If they announced like a Justice League game from Rocksteady that couldn't be played unless you got it on this newer platform.
I think, was it God of War 4?
Yeah.
Is that only... No, that's playable on both systems.
Playable on both, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything at E3 is playable on both.
Okay, well then, like what's the point then? It's kind of like when Microsoft, they're doing that now where it's like, you have like that kind of a cross-play type feature.
Right.
So, like, anything that's exclusive on Xbox One, you can now play it on Windows 10. So it's like, all right, you're pretty much just telling me not to buy an Xbox One.
Right.
Because once you buy one copy of one, you get it for the other. So, if I don't need this new PS4, I don't really fucking care.
But
I feel like you're too late.
Here's the thing. I had an opportunity to buy a new 3DS the same time you did. Because it came out, and that's when you bought it, and I didn't.
But you've been battling about wanting this because it looks pretty.
Sure, but even aside from the looks pretty, and it's the new thing, and it's the whatever, there was no functional reason to do it.
Yeah, but it's also way more affordable
for
than
1
PS4.
year. But for 1 year. After a year, the new 3DS added something called Super Nintendo support, and they put a game called Earthbound on there, and now I need it.
Mega Man X is coming out soon.
And they fucking tease me all the time because you open up your regular old 3DS, you go to the eShop.
They're like, oh, hey, this is out. Oh, that's right. You can't have it. How's it feel to have such poor life choices?
I can play it. Like, this system can run it. I know it can. Yeah. My goddamn DS could run it.
Then it makes you wonder, how relevant is this handheld anyway with NX coming around?
Not at all. Which is why they're discounting it to $150 to try and get as many of them out as they can at the end of August. Before September, they announce NX and no one cares anymore.
Yeah.
But I'm going to buy it anyway because I'm a stupid fuckbag.
I mean, people still play Game Boy Colors, so...
That's true. It's very true. And if NX isn't backwards compatible, then this is a useful little machine.
That's true.
Yeah.
I think that's what made me like the DS Lite.
Yeah.
Because if I, couldn't play these games on anything else.
It's 2-in-1.
Yeah.
Yep. That's it for me. Show and tell. How about you?
I already did me.
There you go. Actually, wait. I had one more thing. BioShock. There was a small little short trailer.
Oh yeah, the HD.
Yeah, I think it's
collection.
called like Rapture Revisited.
Yeah,
is the full title.
That's okay.
You don't care.
I never really got into BioShock.
Oh really?
Like I played a bit of the first one. I like it. I mean, I already know how it ends. I already know the whole theme of it.
Yeah.
That didn't really ruin it for me. Like I would still want to play it because I like the eeriness of it. But I didn't. I don't know. It was just a series that didn't.
Never.
No. Okay.
Yeah. I remember someone told me about it. Like, have you played it yet? I was like, no. And they're like, oh, so you don't know like the story or how it ends or anything? And I was like, yeah, no, I haven't played it. And they're like, oh, cool. Well, here's how it ends. And just told me everything about it. And I was like,
the man chooses, the slave obeys.
I was like, well, I guess I don't need to. And then I got it anyway. Played through it. And was just like...
I mean, it's cool if you want to shoot bees at people.
It's... You know, that's my favorite thing in all games. All games need more bee shooting. But I got it, played through it, and I remember playing through it rather quickly and just being like really, really immersed and just...
Yeah, I think that's a game that... I think that's a Joe game.
Yeah, just like I fell way in love with that game and that world and that setting.
You're the magical type.
Yeah, it definitely grabbed me.
I think that was my problem. Yeah,
that weird like marriage of like imagination and science, but grounded with enough grounded in enough reality where I can like believe that this world does exist out there at the bottom of the sea.
Yeah. I love the beginning to that game. The first one.
Amazing.
The silhouette of like the baby stroller and the mom,
yeah.
And then like, oh, it's not a baby, and you turn around and she's about to attack you.
Oh yeah, it's creepy as fuck.
And then you just impulse, just lightning or something, or fire, whatever you get first.
It was God. I
think it's fire. Fire is usually the basic.
No, I think lightning's the first.
Is it lightning?
Yeah.
No. I stopped at the one boss where I think he has a rabbit mask.
Mm-hmm.
He's like teleporting
Sander
or something.
Cohen.
It's like a bunch of TVs or whatever.
Yeah.
I stopped there.
It's
not that far.
It's pretty. It's about halfway.
Oh, was it?
I think so.
I was playing on PC.
Yeah.
So I didn't have it for anything else.
No, it was a really, really cool...
But everything had kind of like that steampunk feel.
It did, but it wasn't tired at that point.
Yeah.
You know?
I can only take so much of it.
I know. BioShock 2 came out, and...
Like, I only like it in Final Fantasy for some reason.
Huh. That's funny.
The airships. I just like the airships.
Yeah. And BioShock 2 just added, like, a bunch to the lore that you could either take or dismiss or whatever.
Yeah.
It was more of the same, and a lot of people didn't want more of that. I mean, they thought they did, and when they got it, they were like, oh, fuck, we asked for the wrong thing. And it wasn't, like, the greatest game. It was just...
I wanted to be a Big Daddy.
Well, that's what made 2 rad, is that you are a Big Daddy.
I thought you were one of the... Oh, you are Big Daddy. That's right.
Yeah.
I kept thinking you were the little sister.
Nah, you're the original Big Daddy.
Did I spoil it?
Nah, I don't think so.
That's right, you are.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, maybe that's the one I want to play. Second one.
2's cool. It's different, but it's cool. You're not a traditional Big Daddy, though. Like, you're not the dude with the...
that's the one I want to be.
Yeah, you're the first Big Daddy.
That's right. You have that weird oval deep sea diver mask.
It's good, though. And then BioShock Infinite was...
See, like, I can't get into that one.
Infinite was a little... It was good while you're in it.
Things are just too dapper for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I like a good suit as much as the next guy, you know?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, just the whole theme of it.
It was a different...
There's, I don't know. It's that kind of same problem with Skyward Sword.
Right.
It's not essentially the gameplay.
It's just too bright.
It's the scenery.
Yeah.
Just being above the clouds the whole time.
I need a little edge. I need to be grounded.
Yeah.
You know, or below the sea.
Because if I'm going to be in the air, put me on a fucking dragon. Or an airship.
Scalebound, my friend. Scalebound.
Beats by Dragon.
But yeah, that was it. That's coming out in September. I don't know if I'll buy it again. I've played through those games enough.
Yeah.
But just seeing it again, I don't know. I've been playing Metroid Prime had me a little nostalgic for the Wii era. And that Wii era was taking me back to the BioShock days and all of those, you know.
You know what? Now, having just said all that, I just thought of the Sky Dungeon in Twilight Princess, and that one was actually pretty fucking cool.
That one was cool. That's pretty rad.
Fighting that dragon.
Yeah.
See, there was a dragon. You were on it for a little bit.
You were on it? You flew it?
You take the claw shots up, and then you get to his back, and then you're beating the shit out of his back and you make him fall to the ground, and then he gets back up again and platforming.
All right, I remember this.
It was cool.
Vaguely.
You just have to keep shooting between pillars as he's shooting fireballs at you.
Huh.
So you're trying to speed around to get to his back before he rotates to you.
I have a surprise for you.
Oh.
It's just a question.
Oh, man.
So we talked about Metroid Dread earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Which we have no idea what Metroid Dread will be. But we know it's canceled and it's not here.
Not surprised.
Right. What is your Metroid Dread? What's the thing?
No, I think I already answered that question.
Which one?
What is my Metroid Dread?
What is the one? No. So, sorry. What is the game that you know existed somewhere or potentially existed that never got released that you wish would have been released?
What is my Metroid Dread?
Yeah.
What is the equivalent? I knew that a game was going to happen, but it just didn't happen.
Or there was just talk about it, or it was kind of some sort of reference that a game was in development, or is there anything that's been stuck in development hell that just never...
I know there's a few.
Remember Duke Nukem Forever came out?
Yeah. Newer Darkstalkers never happened, but I wouldn't count that as mine. Does Mega Man Legends 3 count?
It sure does.
Because I think that one's mine.
That one was there.
They just released, the people that have been supporting it, Get Me Off the Moon, they just released a documentary.
I think I saw that pop up on...
it's like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
But I didn't watch it yet, but I want to.
Yeah.
That probably would have been my favorite 3DS game.
Yeah, that was ready to go at the beginning of the 3DS's life, and then it was just
they had a prototype build.
Yeah.
You were essentially playing the Proto Man of that series.
Yeah.
They had user submissions to design a new character. They did it. They designed it.
Huh. Does the documentary have those designs in it and stuff
I'm pretty sure it does. I didn't watch it yet, but they pretty much have everything archived into that video to show you what has happened so far with the events.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
It's dope.
He's going to be on that moon forever.
Mm.
Now I have the DuckTales moon theme in my head.
Oh, that's a good one. Maybe I'll bring us out on that one.
Fly me to the moon so I can dance among the stars.
For me, I don't know that it was ever in development, but it's something that's just it's missing. 1999.
Is that what it's called?
No.
Oh.
But it'd be a badass fucking title.
19XX.
When it all began. Castlevania. There's said to be a big-ass fight with Dracula in 1999.
Oh.
That never actually took place in any of the games. So we have all this history that goes back to back through the Belmonts.
It's because it's in the Blade movie, Wesley Snipes. Oh, no. That came out in 1998.
Shit.
I'm watching it.
I've
been falling asleep to it every night, but it's not boring.
Getting further.
It's not boring. It's aged well.
Right.
It's so gory. I love the horror elements in it. It's so grotesque with the fights. It's good. It still holds up, in my opinion. And that was the first like Marvel movie.
It was
before X-Men.
After the old John Travolta Punisher, though. Is it John Travolta?
No.
What am I thinking of?
I forget who played Punisher. I remember Nick Fury.
Nick Fury is what I'm
David
thinking of.
Hasselhoff.
David Hasselhoff. That's what I'm thinking of.
There is an old Punisher, though.
There is. Who was in that?
I don't know. And then there was the old shitty Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
But I watched the old Captain America a lot. Most rented video Blockbuster, probably.
Oh, man.
But yeah, 99. Dracula.
Yeah, I don't know what that entails, or what it would entail.
Oh,
but
man, that would have been 90s cyberpunk as hell.
I know.
Can you imagine a cyberpunk Castlevania? That would be so cool.
I know.
You're in this futuristic city, but then there's this ancient castle just emerges in this neon city.
Because, like, they skip that. They go right to Soma in 2035, remember?
Yeah.
And I think the most... I don't know how current they go with the timeline in the other games.
Cyberpunk is what gets me. If Bioshock was all cyberpunk, I'd be all up in that.
Maybe the next one will be, because you know 2K is not going to let that franchise die.
Oh, that's right, System Shock.
Yeah.
I still need to play that.
Did you? Yeah, you got it, right?
I have the second one. I just haven't touched it yet.
Yeah.
I tried playing Deus Ex, and I suck at that.
Nah.
Just not good.
I'm trying to find the most recent one outside of...
I think it's, what, Order of Ecclesia or whatever? Wasn't that the last recent Castlevania?
That was the most recent, like, release.
Yeah. Are you trying to, like, chronologically?
Chronologically, games.
Because the, Lords of Shadow don't count, because that's a separate...
Yeah, fuck those games. Portrait of Ruin was 1944.
That was good.
Yeah.
I love the last boss in that.
And then Aria of Sorrow was 2035, and Dawn of Sorrow was 2036.
Dawn of Sorrow was good, too.
Yeah. Now, 1999, so with this little brief description is, on August 11th, a total solar eclipse appears over Eastern Europe. According to a prediction of Nostradamus, Dracula would be revived on this day. Wait. Holy shit. Shut the fuck up.
What?
It's August 11th.
Did you acted this out, didn't
I
you?
promise.
You just now...
I promise.
You did not know this prior.
Nope.
You just looked it up and just connected the dots.
Yep. I knew there's a cool-ass 99 story that happens with Dracula. Did not realize it was on August 11th. So here we are.
Of this year?
No, of
It's
1999.
99.
But he would be revived on this day. The Belmont clan, which had reemerged in this era, and Alucard all confirm it's indeed the coming revival of the Dark Lord. Awaiting his return, they find the magic in Japan, which can even control gods with the power of a solar eclipse. Julius Belmont, the current heir of the Belmont clan, takes up the vampire killer to face Dracula.
Okay.
This is basically like everyone fucking comes together and it's a badass brawl with Dracula. That's what this is meant to be.
So like that Xbox arcade game.
Yes. Exactly. Harmony of Despair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, dude. It's that kind of idea where everybody...
I wish that game was ported everywhere.
Oh my god, it'd be so good. God, can you imagine that as a fucking...
Because I was always, that guy.
Soma?
No.
Julius? Jonathan Morris.
Yep. Not even a Belmont.
Yep.
Because he had a pose... He had a taunt that was like a Michael Jackson type pose or something.
Yeah. Yep.
That was cool. I think I was Soma, and then the girl from Symphony. Is it Symphony?
Maria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she had animals as her weapons, birds and cat and all that. She was awesome.
Yeah, I think that'd be a rad game to see. Which at this point we're never going to see.
Out of this series, are you more of a Belmont fan or a Dracula fan?
What do you mean by Dracula?
Like, do
I want him to win?
I mean, like, what's like what side of the story do you like more? I mean, like, who would you side with? Would you rather be Dracula or would you rather be a Belmont?
That's the weird thing, is I'm somewhere in between. That's the beauty of this whole thing about video games in general.
So Alucard. That's...
See, you get it. But that's the rad thing, is that we're able to be outside of it. So I can be the Belmonts fighting Dracula, but I can also watch Dracula let the Belmonts fight him and come back over and over and over again. Because there is no Belmont clan without Dracula. There is no Dracula without the Belmont clan.
Like Ganon to Link.
Yeah. You need them both. Obviously, you like playing as Link, but you kind of have to love Ganon because he's there to keep Link coming back.
As long as he's done right.
Sure.
I think Breath of the Wild Ganon's by far... I haven't even seen much of what that could be, and I'm already impressed.
Yeah.
Calamity Ganon?
Breath of the Wild,
crap.
I think that's just going to surprise a lot of people because it's really rad.
That's definitely a breath of fresh air or something.
Metroid 2. Let's bring it home. This week on the site, our Retro Spotlight is all about Metroid 2 Return of Samus. It's been a while since I played it, but Metroid 2, one of the neat things, the director of this game is the designer of Samus. So the guy who originally...
Wait, the director of...
Metroid 2.
Oh, he's actually the one that designed Samus.
Her as a character.
Like the suit and under?
I think just...
Well, I mean, the old under, where like... Yeah, she had the red leotard and the green hair, which I wish they would have kept that. Because that's so, like, fantasy looking. I love it.
Brown hair was the real color.
Brown hair? Was it?
No, you're right with the green hair, but
that was, it was like a sprite thing.
No. They did it as green hair, but then you unlock the true form if you beat it under a certain time. And
that's right.
Brown hair.
I thought it was red for some reason, too. So fine. Well, then the brown hair.
I know. But the green hair thing, totally, yeah.
Because that's what I liked about Final Fantasy VI. Terra.
Yeah.
I love that design.
Yep. Yeah, the director, he designed Metroid, he designed Samus, and then he went on to direct Metroid 2. Metroid 2, you've got Metroid on the NES, this big exploratory game, fun adventure, fantastic, whatever. Let's follow it up with a sequel on the Game Boy.
Yeah, that's... The only problem with that, not only is the pacing, but... The color. On a Game Boy, that monochromatic.
It was rough.
Right? Is that the right name for it? Yeah, like, oh, that. It is rough. I remember when we were playing that for, like, Game Club or whatever.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, I think, actually. Exactly.
I picked it, too.
I know.
That was my choice.
It was good. That was our first Game Club pick.
I mean, I could still download it and play it.
Yeah.
It's on my 3DS or whatever. But... Boy,
it's good. It's a good game, but
tough.
It's not.
It's tough because you're so limited to what you can see.
Right. It's your visibility is low, and also
there's random bug attacks or just Metroid attacks. Oh my god! And it kept getting worse and harder.
And there's no like that game suffers from.
I mean, graphically, visually, I mean, like the style looks better than Metroid 1 by far.
I know, and it's funny because they're way
the colors
limited.
suck.
It's But game design, or character design rather, like they're really
Did that come out before Super Metroid?
It did.
I assume it did.
Yeah. But... I think this was 91 for Metroid 2. But the sprites were all like bigger, and that was something cool because the Various suit, remember in Metroid she gets different suits. Yeah. And in there they changed them by color. Yeah. But because they couldn't do that on the Game Boy, that's why she has those cool shoulder pads, because they had to add something into the sprite to differentiate the way she appears. That's where that came from, that iconic, like...
I kind of felt bad I didn't finish that.
Me too, but that's the problem with that game, is that you kind of hit a wall where you're like...
I was the same way with Kid Icarus too.
Where am I? Yeah, you just get lost.
I just don't care.
I know. I think it would
benefit... They feel kind of the same, too.
It would benefit from a map.
Yes, it would.
Or at least using a map the whole time. It might also benefit if it was maybe not on Game Boy, if it used like the Zero Mission engine, if it was on modern consoles.
Just remake it from the ground up.
If someone just remade Metroid 2 I don't know. Maybe like made it another. We just need like another Metroid 2 remake.
Yeah.
Might be okay. Until DMCA takedown is ensued. So another Metroid 2 remake came out on August 6th last week to celebrate the 30th anniversary of Metroid. So this guy started a project now known as another Metroid 2 remake 6 years ago or 7 years ago.
Yeah, like, I remember seeing the first teaser for it, and I was impressed.
Yeah, and he did it really. He was trying to teach himself. He had started to learn how to use Game Maker.
See, it comes back to Game Maker.
Always back to Game Maker. He uses that.
I saw that full version.
And yeah, me too. He uses that and he starts teaching himself how to make a game.
Wait a minute.
Then he wants to learn how to code. So he starts doing it to slowly just remake chunks of Metroid 2 to see can he do it. And he's just putting progress out there, not with any intent of making a thing. But it slowly became something where artists start reaching out to him and they're like, hey, we'll make sprite work for you. We'll help you make this game if you want to. And he taught himself programming by making this cool fan tribute to this game that doesn't get enough love because it's on a antiquated piece of hardware that it's difficult to play.
You want to know something interesting?
Huh.
How this Game Maker kind of comes full circle?
Mm-hmm.
I think one of the first episodes I've heard of you before I was on here, I think might have been that one where you were promoting
the
getting
free version of
Game Maker.
Dang.
I'm pretty sure.
So it's been 2 years since we did the game club that you first picked, which was not long after you joined everything.
Right, because I joined like at E3.
Right. And then this is Metroid 2. Now we're talking about the remake, which was made in Game Maker, and the first time you heard it was back. Everything's a circle. Everything's all... Time is a circle.
It's weird.
Yep.
It's two circles.
It's two circles that just...
what's that, Venn diagram?
Infinity sign. That's what that is.
Hoobastank?
Hoobastank. It all makes so much sense now.
Metroid crawling in the dark.
Metroid crawling in the dark.
Name of the episode.
Oh, man. Done. We're done.
All right.
That's it. That's everything we need to say. Oh, so Metroid 2. Another Metroid 2 remake. Dude put it out after all this time. People downloaded it. People were like losing their minds. There was a giant NeoGAF thread with everyone just like, this is so good. I can't believe it. Like, best birthday present for Samus ever. And
right.
Then less than a day later, it was like, it's down. It's down. It's down. It's down.
What else went down?
The Nintendo Power Archives.
My God.
Yeah.
I share that out of pure excitement.
Mm-hmm.
And so every time I see something like this, I keep thinking that like they have their own little Nick Fury or like Reggie going around and being like, you know what? I want to hire you. Or like I want to
that'd be so
give you money for this idea. I want you to
cool.
join us so we can make this an official thing. I always want to see a good ending come out of this.
Christian Whitehead. The guy who developed he was putting together like fan remakes of Sonic.
Right.
And they brought him on to make Sonic CD for iOS.
Right.
And now he's making Sonic Mania.
I want that. I want that to happen, but with Nintendo. And I don't think they will.
Maybe they are. Maybe they're not.
I mean, how many other things have been canceled in the past? How many Pokemon mods or...
I don't know. Actually, there's a new one that just came out today.
Uranium.
Yeah.
Bombs. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there was other ones.
Yeah.
That just have been gone. Which reminds me to remind you, Mother 4.
Yeah, I was just looking up information about that the other day. Nothing new.
Still going.
Yeah, but no...
But they said that, they're prepared for they're prepared for Nintendo if something does happen.
Huh.
But it's not going to stop them. Like, they're still going to keep going, like, still making it, so...
Just call it something else.
Yeah, basically.
Like, yeah, I don't know.
But that looks good, too.
Metroid 2, you can get that for like $5. Go check it out on 3DS Virtual Console. It's a rad Game Boy game. If it's out there, try the remake, I guess, if you can find it. You haven't played it, right? The new remake.
No.
Yeah, me neither. But
I know the file's out there.
Yeah, it looked cool. It looks pretty. It looks exactly like I'd want.
It looks like a lot of love has been put into it.
Yeah.
And like, I'm pretty sure even the creator said, like, don't send hate mail to Nintendo for this. If anybody feels rebellious about this, instead, buy any Metroid games you can get.
Yeah.
Pretty much send them a message. Just kind of like how everybody wanted Mother 3.
Yeah.
Or even, it was Mother 3.
Well, even before Mother 3.
Or getting Lucas in Smash.
Even before that, we just wanted, everybody wanted Earthbound just on Virtual Console.
Right, even that. So what they do? Miiverse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that was different because you couldn't buy any official Earthbound merchandise because there wasn't any.
Yeah.
Sans buying the original game, but then you're buying it from a third-party reseller, and it's no.
Yeah.
But this, you've got plenty of opportunity. There's at least
react with love.
Yeah. You what's that saying? You catch more flies with honey than vinegar. So go be sweet somewhere.
Or you can catch more with shit.
I'm trying to fill in what Kyle would say in this moment, and I'm just not going to go there. So we'll just say go buy a Metroid game. If there's anything you learn this month,
a sweet one or a shit one,
it's to go buy a Metroid game. This week, if you want to buy Metroid 2 to help promote that game and find out why everyone's kind of playing the remake and why it should have been remade in the first place, check that out. Otherwise, please feel free to go pick up Metroid Zero Mission on the Wii U Virtual Console. Old Game Boy Advance game from 2004. Yes, 2004. We're going to be playing that all month long for our Free Cheese Game Club pick of the month. That's a remake of the original NES game, but it adds a bit more to the story and the lore, like we mentioned before. Some Chozo secrets.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, with that's going to do it. I thought we'd be out of here in an hour, and here we are at an hour and 50 minutes once again.
Only two of us.
Mm-hmm. You can find this episode and all of our other episodes on thefreecheese.com, as well as on iTunes or in the podcast app on your phone, iPad, etc., etc. You can download it. You can give us a review, a little comment, something nice to say, or not nice to say, but anything constructive always helps. You can send us an email with some feedback or a question that you'd like submitted for the show to podcast@thefreecheese.com. You can follow us all on Twitter. The Free Cheese is @somefreecheese. Mark is @og_mental. Kyle, who is not here, is @Kyle. I'm sorry, @notkyle M. You can tweet him, wish him a happy anniversary. And I am @thefreecheese. I think that's everything I've got, right?
I think so.
Anything else?
I was just debating whether for the title name. I was stuck because I said, Metroid crawling in the dark?
Yeah.
But what if Metroid can't crawl in the dark? I guess the first one. Keep it simple. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Metroid crawling in my skin?
No, I don't, no. Hoobastank. I gotta keep it Hoobastank.
Alright. Yeah. The original. Infinity.
Yeah.
The original Infinity.
This is our
The original Infinity sounds like a subtitle of a Castlevania game.
original Infinity.
Or better yet, it just sounds like the title of someone's kickstarted Metroidvania game.
I don't know, but I guess it just symbolizes us as a duo. And it's just two of us here. Thanks, Kyle. Happy.
Forever and ever and ever.
I kind of wish that's how Human Centipede was. An Affinipede.